My name is Gene Murray. I have these funny ribbons on here. I'm a Cathedral parent and alumni, so I've been in your seat twice. I graduated a couple years ago at 90, so I am the director of financial aid. So this is my fourth school year in this position. So today we're just going to talk about financial aid, how you apply, what it means, and everything financial aid. If you got questions, just let me know. Just stop me, raise your hand, because I can just go on and on about financial aid. I know everybody wants to know how can I get more money, and then I tell you how, and then I may say, no, you can't, or yeah, we can. So I'll tell you as far as what all that means. All right. Okay. We're trying to make it affordable for everybody. All right. It is an investment, and I had to even look at it that way as a parent. You know, part of me wanted to say, well, I went to school here. I had a great 4 years. I did this, did that. My kids should go free. But that's not the case. So I still had to look at it as an investment, just like I do for my kids in college. We do have donors, whether family or friends, and just great donors that provide these resources for our families to go to Cathedral. So we probably, I think it's about 2.67 million per year that these donors will give for students to go to Cathedral. And I have to decide how to distribute that, appropriately. We do offer where it's based off your need and a lot of other things. So we're going to talk about that. All right. Okay. Over 35% of the families here receive some type of financial aid. That financial aid can be tuition assistance, it can be merit scholarships, some type of scholarships that were based off of COD, or it can be multi-student discounts. And we'll talk about that too. We have used the platform Clarity, and it's on our website. And it kind of goes through, you fill out all your financial information, but it will grab your 2024 taxes automatically. As long as you give, you click, select yes, please do that. It makes it a little bit easier. But sometimes it does say we still may need this document. So you may have to upload a document, periodically. But it makes the process a lot faster, a lot easier. What before you had to upload it. Maybe we had to go back and forth. Say we need this page 2, need this page 3. We don't have to do that now. Okay, we're not with Clarity. There are student activity fees for each class. Those fees are not included as part of your tuition assistance for financial aid. So if the tuition is $10,000, that student activity fee will go make that $11,000. All right. So, but it's not part of. You can't get tuition assistance for your student activity fee. So when people say, "I don't pay anything to go to Cathedral," that's not true, because they're always paying student activity fee. So that's not part of tuition assistance. Okay. All right. Even though you may want it to be, but it's not. Okay. So for seniors, it is $1,050, and this as it is today. Our board typically will decide in November, will tuition be the same or will it be different? And those fees can adjust accordingly. For juniors, $800, sophomores, $725. Freshmen is $1,400. Why is it that high? It does include an iPad that they will have for the 4 years. Okay? It just makes it easier. Sorry. It makes it easier. Makes it easier for as far as when they're doing the work, that they use the iPad that's updated, for Cathedral. It's updated, for their software, and it's all current. So if you use your own iPad, well, you can't, but it just makes it a lot more difficult. So that's why it's included as a freshman. Okay? Any questions yet? Let's talk some money, huh? How do I get the money? All right, as Ms. Wissler stated, for the 2026-27 school year, everyone will be eligible for the Choice Scholarship. What does that mean? That anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000, you'll get credited towards the tuition, regardless of your income. I won't even have to, before I have to chase down the 24 taxes and, have to bug you 50 times. I won't have to do that. Everybody gets it. So just, so that, say the $18,480 that the tuition is today, so if you subtract 8,000, now it's 10,480 automatically. Okay. Now it does depend on your district you live in. So I have to, whatever address that your student is living, then it's based off that school district. So we have a system that says, all right, if you live in Carmel on Elkhart Street, what district truly is that? Sometimes it's a borderline. It can be borderline between two different districts, but the system will tell me exactly what district that family belongs to. Okay. Now, you will have to still submit some documentation. So there'll be a form or application that I'll see the document. You just have to sign it electronically. So there's still some formality type steps that you have to go through, but you don't have to provide any tax information. All right, that just kind of keeps the checks and balances intact. So that still has to be done, but that's down the road. Okay, like towards September timeframe. Okay, questions? That's a lot of money. So, but it just makes it a lot more affordable for everyone. Okay. All right. Multi-student discount. If you have an 8th grader who has a sibling here, so that sibling or that future 8th grader, future freshman will get at least $1,000 discount. All right. If you have 2 students here who are, one is maybe currently getting $1,000, and the new student will get $2,000 off. If you, for whatever reason, had 4 more, then you get $3,000 per student. We've had that situation. So, God bless them. But, so we do offer those multi-student discounts. And, but that they have to, so once one student graduates, that multi-student discount does come off if there's not another student there. Okay? So it doesn't just stay there just because they because they could get it just a year, or we just have to make sure that there are multi-students during that particular school year. Make sense? Okay? All right. Anybody will have more than one here? 3, 4? Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
2 eventually.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's manageable. Yeah. We had a set of triplets and it had a sibling. So that's you have the 4. That's lovely. Mrs. Wissler was also talking about the merit scholarships. So if you have the 98 to 99 score on the placement test, you will receive $4,000 per year. So you want to encourage your 8th grader, hey, do the best you can, but get a high score. Okay. And if they have the 95 to 97, they'll receive $2,500 per year. Yes, ma'am.
Do you accept the pre-high school placement test exam, or that's taken in 8th grade?
So they take it during 8th grade, but it is the placement test for Cathedral but they may take it at other schools.
So there are some schools take it in 7th grade in the spring. We look at those exams, but we cannot give you the scholarship based on that exam, and this is why. When your student takes it as an 8th grader, they are normed with 8th graders. When your student takes it as a 7th grader, they are normed with 8th graders. So we want your student, when they take it for scholarship purposes, to be normed with 8th graders. Does that make sense? So I love it that our 7th grade students are taking it in the spring. I think that's great. I think it's really good practice. 2 months later, sign them up for the Placement Test Academy.
What she said. All right.
It's a great question.
And the other scholarship that we, will provide, we do partner with Center for Leadership Development, and so we will offer scholarships for students that may participate in that program. All right. Okay. Questions? Yes, sir. Mhm. The financial numbers? Yeah, okay. So we will, we try to match it up where we're doing maybe a half scholarship and quarter scholarships. So the number, it may be from anywhere from 4 to 8. Typically, at least since I've been here, we're about 4 to 8 students and there can be a half scholarship or a quarter scholarship. So a quarter of the tuition.
Please the option. We need a courier at door 4.
And if,
We need a courier at door 4.
and that can be, so if they get a quarter scholarship, that can be in addition to the choice scholarship, in addition to the merit scholarship.
And just to add, because we are going through CLC as well, that they'll have a workshop in the fall before you submit the application. We'll go through all of the scholarships that the schools are offering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Again, as Mrs. Wissler said, no football scholarships, no volleyball scholarships. Sorry, I coach volleyball as well, so I get asked all the time. And if some people may say, "Oh yeah, my son got a football scholarship," no, they didn't. They did not. All right, I'm going to clear that up today. If that's the case, I got it when I was here too. All right, back to financial aid. On our website, the gocathedral.com, if you go through the admissions drop down, you'll find where you can start to complete the Clarity application. All right, so you apply for assistance via Clarity. All right, you just like most platforms, you sign up. You can go if you need to stop, you go back to it whenever you have time, and then you have to submit all your how much your expenses are. You have income outside of what the IRS claims. So if you have family members that help you, you should put that, because that gives us a clear picture of what your financial situation is. So we call that non-taxable income. All right. The Clarity may say if they're missing a document, you'll receive emails daily. Hey, you still need to upload this document. If you own your own business, there may be a form 1120 that you may need to upload, because it may not be tied to your taxes. It just may be tied to your business partner's taxes. But you may need to upload that document, because you may have said, hey, I still have this business. So you may have to upload your business taxes. Okay, just so we can get a clear picture of everything. All right. And then from Clarity, we'll come back and say, hey, once it's all said and done, this family qualifies for $6,000 in financial aid. All right, then we put that into a formula to see how much aid, whether it's choice scholarship, your merit scholarship, all that combined to us is financial aid. Okay. For example, if you qualify for $6,000, to us, your aid may come from your choice scholarship. Because if we give out 6,000 on top, we probably wouldn't exist really. We wouldn't be able to help out as many families, quite honestly. So we want to make sure, sometimes there are families that qualify for $16,000 because they just, their income is a little bit lower, but we want to be able to help them out as well. So they may qualify for the Choice Scholarship, they may qualify for a Merit Scholarship, and then we try to, if they qualify, we'll add some more tuition assistance on top of that, okay? So we try to make sure we're helping out as many families as we can. Typically, from my seat, as far as tuition assistance, is about 600 families at least that get some type of tuition assistance. So that's, it can be a combination, or it can be just one aspect of tuition assistance, but I'm looking at quite a few applications really every day, but so we just try to help out as many as we can, okay? But this working through Clarity makes it a lot more manageable, a lot more convenient when we can get your taxes straight from IRS, so I don't have to bug you so much. If you've applied already, you apply by the September 15th deadline, you will be notified what what you would owe and all your financial aid packages by November 1st. Okay? If you apply and get admitted and you apply by October 15th, you'll know by December 1st. Okay? What your financial aid package looks like. Whether it's the Choice Scholarship amount, your tuition assistance amount, your Merit Scholarship, all those you'll know. And then it is an estimated value because if tuition so happens to go up, maybe the Choice amount goes up next year too. We just don't know those amounts yet. So it's considered estimated, but it won't go down. All right. Questions? Yes, ma'am.
I'm curious about, and maybe I can double check the website.
Mm-hmm.
Would there also be like maybe total costs reflected when you kind of get the tuition assistance? Because I'm thinking about, not just like the freshman fees,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm curious about like some of the other additional fees that might come with lunch and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you can kind of assess what your true cost would be even with the award.
Yeah, we won't put that in the awards letter, but we can give an approximate amount, but we typically don't put that in the awards letter. Yeah.
So I can just reach out and
Yes.
say, is this accurate?
Yes.
For a true cost for me based
Mhm.
on what the letter? Okay.
Yeah. And there's, I just want to ask a few things I'm just kind of thinking about. Say if there is a divorce situation, and we do require both parents to, if you want to apply for financial aid, we do require both parents. They can apply separately, so neither knows what the amount the other is getting, but we require both parents to apply. All right, so then your tuition assistance will be based off half and half, or whatever the percentage is. So it just can't be based off one parent. It's to get a clear picture and understanding. We do require both parents to apply. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So I just want to make sure I heard you right. You said if we apply by the October 15th deadline.
Yes.
We would know a cost estimate. Would that include an admissions decision, or a
Yeah.
seat in the upcoming cohort?
Yeah, so if you apply by October 15th and you're admitted, you will know your financial breakdown by December 1st.
Is that when we would apply for the go in clarity and apply?
Yes. You go in Clarity and apply and do all that.
Once you get the
Yeah, and you don't have to apply in you don't have to apply for tuition assistance to get the choice scholarship. So once you've been admitted and you don't apply in Clarity, you'll get an awards letter that says, here's a breakdown. You know, it may just include the choice scholarship because you automatically get that. So you'll get some type of awards letter regardless. Yeah. And it could include just a choice and a merit scholarship because you didn't apply in Clarity. You don't have to. Yeah. Where in the past, in order you had to show your financial documentation to get the choice scholarship, you don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. Questions? Well, I did that great of a job that I want to ask questions. Usually I get bombarded with, tomatoes or darts because I'm not giving out enough money.
So to follow up on your question about your financial aid, what we try to do for those that applied by September 15th, if you so Jean and I just had this conversation today, if you completed your financial aid application by, what did we say, October 1st, when you get your admissions decision, which is basically Halloween, your admissions decision will have both your admissions decision and then that financial aid, I'm going to call it offer. So the same thing is true with the October 15th date. If you've applied by November 1st, when you get your admissions decision on Thanksgiving, basically December 1st, you'll have both the financial aid offer as well as your admissions decision. So it behooves you to apply early. It's like Chicago, vote early, vote often. It behooves you to apply to everything early so you know, because again, our goal is to make that decision-making power in your hands. And if you have a full knowledge of what that decision would entail, it eases your path to make that decision. Does that make sense? It's a great question, really.
Oh. Okay, yes.
So for the merit scholarship, that test that they need to take, obviously she's not going to take it. Do they normally take that in 8th grade? Is that part of the school, or is that something that I need to have to do before applying?
So great question. So we are offering the test here on campus October 25th.
Okay.
I would highly recommend you come and take it then.
Okay.
Some of our students apply, have their admissions decision, and then they're able to schedule that test. I'm not going to not admit a student because he or she has not taken the high school placement test. But that's why it's so important that I have results from other standardized tests. NWA, iLearn, iStep, ERB, fill in the blank.
Okay.
Iowa test.
Say it again.
Iowa test.
Iowa basic skills, but we don't,
No.
that's not
Back in
here.
the day.
Yeah, that's
Back,
not.
I'm showing my age. but
Yeah, that's not. I grew up in Iowa. I did take that back in the day.
After you receive the admission offer, is there a window of time where you're required to make the decision if you're going to accept?
Before February 1st.
Okay.
Before February 1st. If you decide before then, yay us and yay you, because it means you can be first in queue to sign up for summer school. And I'll kind of give you a peek behind the curtain. When we know early on who's coming to Cathedral and where this class is academically, our principal, Mark Matthews, and his academic team, they can start planning how many teachers need to teach freshman English at the academic level, how many teachers need to teach Algebra 1 at the college prep level. So truly, selfishly, it helps us tremendously when we have parents make that decision, the earlier the better, because it allows us to start putting our teachers and our classes and our whole master schedule where it needs to be. Sounds terribly selfish, but there's a lot of cogs in that wheel.
How long do we have to put the tax stuff in for those of us who are tax challenged and our taxes aren't done yet?
Well, since it's based off 2024, your application would just be on hold until that's done.
The application for the financial aid, but that does
Correct.
not affect the admission?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we would have a little bit extra time to get that taken care of. So that we
Yeah,
can get
but
that.
the sooner the better.
Got
Yeah,
it.
the sooner the better.
To piggyback off this question, so if we already applied, but October 1st included yesterday,
Mhm.
and I'm in progress, if I finish it, will the notification still come with the awards letter
Are you a September 15th applicant?
I am.
Yes.
Okay, so
And-
even though I'm after the first, October first, but if I get it in this week,
Yeah, I mean, it just may take some time, though.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then my second question is, okay, so if I remember when I was coaching here, there was this whole thing that the longer you coach, the more. So if I coached almost 15 years doing volleyball
Mhm.
with Coach Lau, Coach K, how does that work?
You
How
are,
do I-
you have to be a current coach. You have to be
Even though
a,
they said it, okay, so what do you?
you have to be a current coach or a current employee to receive like what we call tuition remission. Yeah.
They didn't say that part, but okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
And they don't do it in retrospect either.
Yeah.
Trust
Well, I didn't do it a
me.
long time, I mean, before my son was born and I started.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Offer anything for military families?
We do not, yeah. We do
Great
not.
question.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
question.
I do get asked that question a lot.
The other part to that, with this tuition, is there a payment plan or is it all due by a certain time?
No, so you can pay it all upfront. And there's
Thank you.
You get a little discount for doing that. But so everyone has to set up a payment plan. It's absolutely must. And so the payment plan begins in July. And then spread over 10 months, whether you pay that monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually, or all upfront. So you just set it up how you want to. But you set up that as part of your signing your contract. Yeah. So that everybody has to set up some type of payment plan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, there's a logic to it. It's why we do the 10 months, because month 11 is when your deposit would be due for the next year. So there's a method to the madness.
It's not really 10 months. You pay all year. Take it from me. You pay all year.
Yeah, I'm just being
And
as,
employees or employees of Marion University?
No.
I got that question
Yeah.
today, interestingly. That's a great question. No, we are an independent Catholic school. So if you were to go to, if you were an archdiocesan employee and you go to an archdiocesan school, yes, there is a discount involved. We are an independent Catholic school, so we don't receive anything other than prayer support, which, don't discount prayer support, that's important too. But we certainly do not receive any financial support from the Arch. So therefore, we don't have any extra to pass out to our fellow Arch employees
And that's for Marion.
or for Marion. So great question, terrible answer.
Just curious, I've heard some high schools say they do like a tuition lock. Is that something that Cathedral does?
Tuition lock.
Yeah, it's kind of like you put down, I guess, a deposit and it like locks your tuition and, okay.
Great question. Terrible answer. All right,
How
so,
much does the tuition go up annually? Is it 2%, 3%?
Really, whatever the board decides.
yeah, it's completely
but-
set by the board
but,
of directors.
yeah.
But yes, that's
Yeah.
ish.
Yeah.
I've never
Lately,
seen,
it's about.
yeah, I've never seen it more than 5 in my 20 years as a Cathedral family member.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, our next session is in Spanish, if anybody wants to stay for that.